Hi, this is Erkin Fresh, also known as Blue Phoenix. Tonight I'll be going over making a kind of a cool breakbeat drum loop based entirely on a pre-recorded drum loop, and also be kind of throwing in a cool sounding sub to go along with it, kind of a breakbeaty thing. I'm not by no means a breakbeat expert, but here's an example of what we'll be making in the tutorial. So this is the pre-recorded loop first. And then afterwards, if you put your own drums in. So basically, I'm going to start off with the sub bass. If you followed the tutorials I've done before, I kind of went over how to make a cool sounding rich sub. I do that using the Diva synth. It's a pretty awesome synth. If you don't have it, definitely go check out the demo at yuhi.com. It's pretty awesome. Basically, just going to draw on a few notes here to get started. We'll stop this one, and I think C3 is what we want. So I've already got the settings. Well, no, I'm going to turn this attack down and turn the release down a little bit. I think we want just a little bit more attack. Just a little bit more. Not a whole lot. Okay. So basically we're going to take C3 here for just one bar. And I'm going to get rid of that one. Take this down 2 notes and bring it up over here another 2 or 3 notes, I think is what I wanted. Pretty simple pattern. Too much attack. Gotta fix that. Way too much attack, maybe too much release. Much better. Okay, so when I packaged this up before, I kind of gave it a frequency knob. It was maybe not harsh enough. Actually, bring this all the way up to the max, I think. And basically, it's really cool. You can just go in here and adjust your frequency cutoff as it goes along. And this is pretty straightforward to do. I'm just going to have it go from minimum to maximum on these longer notes. And then I was going to have it go down kind of something like this maybe. Oh, shoot. Ableton 9 is very picky. And it does sound a little bit funny. You could do some tricks and like separate into separate tracks to fix that, but I'm not going to worry about that too much in this tutorial. So the drum loop came from the VEC. That's the Vengeance Essential Club Sounds 1. They've got this cool breakbeats folder. Really loud there, sorry. So I just picked one out here, this BB140090. Insert an audio track here and just pull that over here. Call that drum loop. And I need to stop these other drums here. It's just a simple breakbeat loop. Already it sounded okay, but it's kind of got a vintage sound to it. We're going to actually go ahead and kind of clone that, but we're going to use our own drum samples. And what that's going to do is give us a little bit more control over the loop, and we can insert some more, well, I don't know, just more modern sounding drums, I guess. So I'm going to go to my bass drums here, and I'm just going to pick a... Now it doesn't need to sound exactly like the kick drum from the loop. Pick something with a little bit more meat to it. That one's pretty good. And let's grab a clap while we're in here. Something with a little bit more of a tail. I kind of like to skip around. What was that? That's not bad. We could try this one. That one sounds better to me. What I'm just going to do here is go ahead and we know the claps are on the every other beat. Snap, snap. Also, it's 2 bars, so let's go ahead and just start with 2 bars so that we're in the same area here. I'm just going to draw this in. We'll see which one sounds better. Also, make sure your velocities, I'm going to put them at 100 right now, and then we can adjust the velocities to make some of the claps louder or softer. So if we just notice too that the clap is hitting at -7. I'm going to go ahead and fix that here. It's because this is at -12 over here. I'm just going to add 7. Probably go ahead and just bring this down a little bit. And oh, whoops. That sounded funny. So once you get the claps in, well, let's try the other one here. We'll probably add a little bit of reverb to that, but that sounds pretty good to me. And the hard part is that kick drum's got kind of a complicated pattern here. So you just got to kind of try to fill it in here. And you kind of hear it goes dun dun da clap da. Let's see here. No, something's not quite right. This is actually a very painstaking process. Dun dun cha, da 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 cha da. And it might actually just repeat after that. Let's turn that sub off. Something's not right. Maybe that's too many. I think it might be like this. No. No. Sometimes you can actually look at the waveform here and see, like, here's one. Yeah, okay, these ones that look a little bit spaced apart. So you got one at 1 and one at like a 1 1 4. Yeah, let's do it like that. 1 1 4. Oh, hey, I had the right answer. 1 1 4 and then 1 3 and 1 3 3. Oh my goodness, I definitely didn't have that right. That's more like it. And then 2 and 2 1 3. Yeah, 2 1 3. So that was off. And of course, I'm only listening to this right now. 2 3 and 2 3 3. Okay. I had way too many And 2, 4, 3. 2, 4, 3. There we go. Also, these are quieter. I think that's a main contributor here. Let's see. The ones that right here is quieter. That's quieter. So okay, I think I got it. It's a very tedious process. So you just drop their velocity some, and as long as you've got this set up properly over here with velocity. Plus they're hitting at -7. Let's pull those up a lot here. Still a bit off. I think that kick drum's probably got too much power behind it. Let's actually go in here and pick a different one. Hopefully that's not blasting your eardrums off there. Let's see what I did before, because that one sounded pretty good. Clubby 25. Yeah, I like that one. Drop that one in there, see how it sounds. And of course it's going to go back to -12. I think it needs to be at -5. Alright, now we're also going to want some cymbals in there, some hi-hats. I'm going to pick some, let's see here, cymbals. We'll go to close hats. We're just going to pick 2 of them out. Try this one, and okay. So the cymbals are a bit more difficult. What I actually did is I'll go in here and go convert drums to new MIDI track, which is a really cool feature in Ableton 9. Might be only in Suite, I'm not sure. But then it kind of gives you a general layout. This is completely, it's not very correct. The snares are on, but anyway, I take the hats here, and I'll drop those in here, and I'm actually going to duplicate those. I'm going to go ahead and just well, let's I can delete this one. I'm going to see how that sounds. It's actually pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and take each cymbal and pan them in one direction. Kind of gives a stereo effect, which is kind of cool. I think the velocity differences are a little bit severe. Like we have a 29 and a 126. So I'm going to go in here and actually make that matter less, so it's not swinging too crazy. You'll notice it's going to make them quieter too, so I'm going to go like -7 or so. Starting to tick by the top here. There we go. That's not bad. Now one thing you can do too is go in here and just randomly take some of these out, so that only one of the cymbals is hitting it in some of the areas. Kind of adds the stereo effect. And I'm just kind of doing this randomly. I'm not really thinking about it too hard. But just take some of them out, see how it sounds. It's not bad. I think they're a little bit loud, so I'm going to just pull these down here on the faders. Alright, so if we unsolo, we turn the sub back on, we turn off the old loop. New drums. Awesome. Now we're going to group these and just call it all drums. And I'm going to get put these on separate lines here. And I'm actually going to get these away from the other 2 scenes I had earlier. And we're going to go ahead and put just a glue compressor. It's a very nice utility here. Cheap and effective. I do punch and parallel as a nice preset on here. And I'm sorry. full parallel. And you can adjust the dry wet. You can go overboard with that. And make sure to turn off that soft clip. It will distort your drums, unless that's what you want. And you can go that. Alrighty. And on the sub, we're going to need a sidechain compress, just to kind of keep it out of the way of the kick. So we'll go sidechain from the drums. We're going to use an EQ and say it's only on the kicks. That is not working. Drums. Might be because these guys are in the way. I have two things called drums. Whoops. Don't do that. Don't do that in your project. People will not like you. Just watch that threshold and see that's hitting on the kicks. That's pretty good. I like to go about 3 or 4 to 1 on these and bring the threshold down. But I think here is that is sidechain compressing all the frequencies of the sub. So I'm going to hit group on that, go to chain. I'm going to call this low compress. I'm going to give it auto filter, and we'll just filter it down so only the low frequencies are going to get sidechain compressed. And create a new chain. This chain's going to be clean. Well, not totally clean. Just flip it around. Boom. Alright. Only the lows of the sub are going to get crushed down by the kicks. Alright, so now you go to lay it out. I'm actually going to destroy what I did in demo here beforehand. Preparation. So like what you could do is in the main part of your song you have your cool new sounding non-vintagey drums here, and we're gonna just put that out there for 8 bars or whatever. Grab our sub here and drop that in. Pow. And change that so we see our frequency here. Okay, so let's say you got your main area and you're dropping down into a break. You kind of do a cool trick here where first of all, let's just take out the kick drum in that last part before a little breakdown. And then you grab your little vintagey drums, throw those in there. And you can kind of keep your sub going. And you have your vintage drums going for a while. And then when you come out, you might pull those back and get back into your regular drums. You end up with something kind of like this going. If that was the beginning of the song or whatever. It's pretty cool. What you might do here is you probably wouldn't put those right next to each other, but you can, you know, if you drop down and you have just the sub going or something, and then you pull those vintage drums in later, it sounds really cool. You can also, of course, do the old filter trick, which you can either put it on the drums group or just put it on this loop down here. Either way, I mean. So there you go. That's how you do kind of a simple breakbeat from taking the loop. The more time you spend on kind of transcribing this loop into your own drum kit, the better it's going to sound. You can also, of course, add your own new drums, and this is just kind of a simple loop. But I've used that trick on a few tracks, and it sounds really cool when you get to that breakdown and you get into this. It's kind of, it's like, hey, it's the same drum loop, but it's not. Yes, very nice trick. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something from that. Sorry it's been so long since the last tutorial, but hopefully I'll come back with some more soon. Always be sure to save your work. Control S. I will see you next time.